Hello Gemini, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy and I am so happy that you have joined me here for your monthly reading. It's for November 2025. Now, first of all, I want to welcome those of you that are new and also those of you that are returning. I want to really thank each and every one of you for sharing your energy and time with me here today. I really appreciate it. Now, I want to get right into your reading, but I do believe that there are a few things we need to mention before we get into your November reading. We have two beautiful moon phases that are influencing us this month. So we're going to start with a supermoon in Taurus, and that's going to be on November 5th. Then on November 20th, of course, we will be entering that new moon phase in Scorpio. We are currently in Scorpio season. So this brings transformations, emotional renewal, and certainly powerful new beginnings. So as we know, full moons are about letting go, and new moons are about stepping into something new. So Gemini, let's see what your angel message is. We will reveal this at the end of the reading. We'll see what the angels would like to share with you when we wrap things up. There is the message. Now, let's get your moon message. And this is your angels, spirit guides. They want you to know this before we get into the depths of your reading. So let's find out what that meaning is for you, what they would like to share specifically with you, Gemini. The message you'd like to share with Gemini. Thank you. It wants me to keep going. It had two for you. It said don't stop there. There's two messages. We'll read that one after. The first one here. It says full moon in Gemini, so certainly matches your energy here. It says embrace the flow of life. Okay, so I think that you might be seeing that things are flowing maybe differently for you. Now, we are in Mercury retrograde for the majority of November. Starts on the 9th, ends around the 29th. So yes, it can be a little bit challenging with travel and, communications and, our internet and resources that way. But there's also pluses to it as well. It gives us a chance to review and reassess things in our life. Sometimes things from the past come back up so that we can maybe put closure. Closure is very important, or it gives us some insight. Something from the past that we learned gives us insight to move forward with something else. So embrace the flow of life that's happening around you for this month. And then you got the new moon in Gemini as well. Talk about Gemini energy certainly coming through here. It says think it through. So again, with Mercury retrograde, it makes a lot of sense because communications, we have to think things through, especially if we want to communicate something. It's very, very important to pay careful attention as to how you use your communications. And by thinking things through is going to give you a much better and more stable approach to maybe making decisions or choices. Maybe this is the month where we prepare a little bit more. So we're going to embrace the flow of life. We're going to be a little bit more flexible. We're going to kind of go with the ebbs and flows that are happening. But we're certainly going to think things through. We're not going to act right away. We're going to really take it all in. Let's get your major arcana card now. Find out what the major energy is surrounding you for November. This is for Gemini. Thank you. Well, you've got the Sun. Best card in all of those 22 cards. This is the best one. All right. This shows your energy is flowing nicely. You are feeling the warmth of the Sun, meaning that you feel confident, you feel courageous, you feel optimistic. Maybe things are actually starting to align a little bit easier for you. Maybe you don't have to work so hard to get the results you're looking for. The Sun is not just about positive energy, but it's also about elevating life's experiences. So taking things to the next level and feeling really a great sense of victory and success, accomplishment, achievement. The Sun is saying that this is your time to shine. So, in all of your endeavors, in your relationships, in your communications, in your finances, this is a great prosperous time for you. So let's work with that energy. It shows too that you're feeling better. If you've been feeling under the weather, the Sun heals, like it's a healing energy. Let's now get your energy cards. Let's find out what the energies that really coincide with all of this as well. Spirit angels guides for the beautiful sign Sagittarius. It's not Sagittarius. Why would I say Sagittarius? Sorry about that. You know why? I'm Sagittarius. All my children are Gemini. So, and you know what? Let's face it. Sagittarius is your polar opposite, right? It's your polarity sign. Somebody needed to hear that Sagittarius message, so I'm leaving it in this video. All right, let's see what's going on here for this beautiful sign, Gemini. Wow, you've got so much thinking going on. It kind of makes sense with, you know, both Gemini moon energies coming up as well. Before we get into that, let's start with number 16, patience. All right, interesting enough that, you know, this patience card is very much like the Temperance card. And Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius. Divine timing. Yeah, nobody wants to hear the word patience, especially air signs. You know what? Really, does anybody really want to have to endure and persevere through patience? I mean, it's hard because life always, like, we always feel like we are waiting. But I do really believe that you've already had the patience. It's really the base of this reading. It shows that your patience are going to be rewarded. Divine timing, that's why there's a clock here. The clock is there for a reason. Things are moving along in divine timing. And this is like the angel of balance as well. Things are starting to align for you. And there is a lot of thinking going on this week. There could be, or not this week, this month, all right? This whole month, you know, your thought processes are maybe shifting. The thinking woman and the thinking man could be a couple, all right? It could be a powerful duo. This could just be reinforcing that there is a lot of transformations taking place, maybe changes of perspective. You're looking at your situation from a different lens and you're finding clarity, because this to me really feels like a month where, even though we are in retrograde, Mercury retrograde, and remember, Mercury is ruled by, is your ruling planet, Gemini. So you could feel this a lot more than anyone else. And I think this is why there's a lot of these thinking cards coming up. There's a lot of Gemini energy certainly coming through here. Transformations, new ways of looking at things. You've got the feather in your cap. Why do you have a feather in your cap? Because you're thinking things through. You're embracing the flow of life. You're feeling your energy levels are positive. You feel optimistic. You feel courageous. You've got an inner willpower that's guiding you. You've endured patience, which means having patience actually provides you with peace, contentment, and a great sense of stability. It almost grounds your energy. It keeps all of this in perspective as well. But I think that you have a feather in your cap, and the reason I'm saying that is because I think that there's some sort of clarity that's giving you a leg up. During the course of November, you could learn something. There could be some very insightful messages that come through that put you ahead of the game. Let's see what comes up. We're going to do 6 cards, 3 rows, beginning, middle, and end of month. Let's start with the first 2. For Gemini, Spirit, there we go, 2. All right. We've got abundance coming in here, all right? I think for some of you, maybe you've been feeling a little alone. Maybe you've been going through some emotional experiences. The 5 of Pentacles can show that there's adjustments also with your finances. Sometimes we feel like we are alone on a journey. And I think that you are really thinking things through. And I think you might be looking for some light to reflect upon how your relationship is with your finances. Sometimes we really do feel like, you know, we are going at things in life alone. But this is also about giving yourself enough credit, all right? Giving yourself enough credit to see that, like, I really feel like you are finding solutions. I think this is what this whole thinking man and thinking woman is all about. You're finding solutions to really help change your circumstances. So if a lot of you have been feeling emotionally sort of like you're on your own trying to figure things out, I think that that's changing. I think that you're finding maybe even some better support systems, meaning maybe there's some financial resources that are helping you here. But I also feel like there's a lot of emotions attached to it as well. So again, when we can change our perception or we change our relationship with our debts, with our finances, then we can start to see by embracing that flow of life, the energy starts to shift. Remember, the sun is the major major light that's shining here. And then you've got the Ace of Cups, which shows emotional abundance. So I feel like, you know, you almost feel like I feel like there's change happening here for you, and it's actually bringing some resolution. Let's get the clarifying cards so we can find that out. I think you've been very patient. I think you've been working with a whole bunch of, of different sort of solutions, almost looking at a whole bunch of different solutions to change that aspect of your life. And I feel like now the divine timing is starting to step in. The Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. If you've been feeling alone and you've been looking for love, you certainly have the opportunity to find that this month as well. And you got the Nine of Cups. Wow, big wish fulfillment here. You know, feeling emotionally charged, feeling emotionally balanced. When we feel, I almost feel like there's this new beginning, like almost maybe this new meeting of someone. There's a new abundance opening up for you that is in alignment with what your heart truly wants. And it's finding that balance between all of that as well. This is why the sun's shining. It looks like you have the opportunity to really bring those wishes into your own reality. I feel like there's some sort of miraculous, some sort of a miracle happening here to change the position of your life financially as well. Five of Pentacles isn't just about money. It's about value, and it's about, you know, what you do value most in life. And I think that, you know, you're starting to have a better idea of how to bring that into your life. The stability of your life is going through an adjustment as well. Wow, you've got the Three of Wands and the Emperor, number 4, having control over your situation. I think you are in a very much a powerful or leadership position. Some of you could actually be leveling up in work if you are in a job or career. I think that you've planted seeds for growth and expansion, and I feel like you've patiently been waiting for those ships to come in, and I almost feel like the reason why it's in the center of your reading is that you are going to see going to see something start to excel here. And I do believe that it's you taking a leadership role. Let's get another card for that. So let's get your clarifying for the Three of Wands and the Emperor. You're looking at a distance to things as well. And then you got the Star card. Like, talk about synchronicities. The Nine of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment. Then you get the Star card. Time to wish upon a star. Things are not as far away in the distance as you think they are. I think that there is something that is in the offering for you here, and it's certainly aligned emotionally for you. That's why they want you to embrace the flow of life, because the flow of life is changing for you. All right, let's get the last two cards here for you, Gemini. Let's find out what those last two cards are, and then we'll clarify those as well. Spirit angels. Wow, you got those two together. Looks like marriage, partnership. Beautiful. Celebrations. And the last card, and new beginnings. Look at the aces. Wow, incredible. You and Virgo had incredible readings. All right, let's look at the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. Traditionally, if I was doing a love reading, I'd say this is definitely a match made in heaven. It is filled with so much love and abundance. If you've been hoping for love and it to be something long-lasting, something that really is loyal, honest, trustworthy, I really feel like there could be somebody that is in your life that is certainly is on the same page as you. The Four of Wands is showing a sense of stability, freedom. It is the marriage card. And then with the partnerships here, I feel like there's a really beautiful sacred partnership here. Now, if it's not love, because not everybody is here for love, I feel like something really is flowing in nicely for you here. You need to embrace the flow of life because things are miraculously starting to come in for you. I think, again, the patience that you have is being rewarded. This is the stepping stone. November could be the stepping stone of many new partnerships in your life as well. Something in your life is expanding for sure to great lengths. And then the Ace of Swords is the new beginning. It's the insight. It's the victory. It's powering through, finding truth, finding peace, finding balance. And it's a breakthrough of some sort as well. Let's get the clarifying cards there for the Two of Cups. Could be a spiritual encounter as well. I feel like there's a celebration. Could be you are going to a wedding, there's an engagement, you hear of some sort of engagement, or for yourself as well. Partnering up with somebody, could be business as well, for sure. Contracts, leveling up in your career, exactly what you wanted. Something that was of a great distance is now closer than you ever thought. And then you get number 6, the Lover's card, which is Gemini energy. So it's just showing the powers of your energy really coming through this month. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. I mean, it's all Gemini. It's time for you to shine, absolutely. And you could have some choices and decisions that you need to make with business, with contracts, with partnerships, with love, with family, with friendships. Something is aligning beautifully for you. And it's really showing that this is what you've really wanted for a very long time. I think there's some of you that have been maybe feeling a little bit alone. Maybe you felt like your journey was sort of alone. I mean, from the cards here this month, that's all changing. And this is why it's time to really think things through, because this is really long-term, life-changing month for you. All right, let's get your additional angel message. Let's find out what else the angels would like to share with you, Gemini. Well, that came out quickly. And you got number 16. Why is number 16 really holding out for me here? 16. Oh, because this is 16. 16. 16 is a huge number. It's also number 7 in numerology. Now, 7s are about spiritual awakening. It's all about wisdom, introspection, seeking truth, and inner growth. Let's look with this Enchanted Fern Grotto Refuge, number 16. What is the message that the angels are trying to send you? It says, retreat and replenish your inner resources. Now is not the time to act, but to incubate your ideas for the future. Be still. The answers are within you, and magic is all around you. And you know, I think that makes a lot of sense, because like I said, we are in Mercury retrograde. So we don't want to act quickly on anything, but we certainly can take in all of the wondrous miracles that are happening. The magic is already there. And I think that once we kind of step through the beginning of the month with the supermoon in Taurus on November 5th, and then we move through the new powerful moon in Scorpio on the 20th. That leads us towards the end of the month where Mercury goes direct. And I think that this is really about thinking things through, embracing the flow of life, and just enjoying this journey. This is an incredible reading. All right, aces for sure are a very important part. Number 16, I also want you to really think about that number as well. All right. And then you got 333 support. It says there's growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, and talents. It says seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward. And it even said that with the refuge card. Work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. It's time to unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. And I do believe that this is the time for you to, I almost feel like the support that's coming, sorry, there's so many messages they're going through right now. I believe that the support that's coming in for you could very well be very much spiritual support. So watch for that 333, because those could be specific spiritual messages coming through at the time that you see the number 333. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Please let me know how you enjoyed your reading. Certainly if there's key points that kind of make sense with the situation that's happening in your life right now. Please like, share, subscribe, hype up the video if you feel that it's worth it. I love the support that you're giving me. And until next week, if you tune into your weekly readings, I look forward to seeing you there as well. Sending love, light, and positive vibes.